So today's video is going to be controversial again, because maybe my and your views may not match, but still, this video has to be made. We have seen many swordsmen in One Piece, good and bad, powerful and weak, but who are the diamonds in so many piles? Who are the most powerful men who come on top? We will find out, but I will rank only those who are alive, means can lift sword. So in this video, Roger, Whitebeard, Oden, and Ryuma won't be there because if they were, you know that Roger would be at the top. And yes, King won't be there either, because during Zoro and King's fight, Zoro said to King that you have never claimed yourself to be a swordsman, so if needed, I will tear your throat with my teeth. Now that Zoro has said it, we won't consider him a swordsman. So after analyzing each one, I managed to create a list of the greatest One Piece swordsmen of all time. And some of these picks you're definitely not expecting. For example, on this list, there is a brutal and emotional swordsman whose name is S-Hawk, one of the Seraphims created by Vegapunk. Seraphims are a group of genetically engineered creatures based on the 7 warlords of the sea. S-Hawk in particular was modeled after none other than Dracul Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman. Surprisingly, he also appears to have Lunarian DNA traits. S-Hawk first appears on Amazon Lily, where he engages Blackbeard, although the confrontation was brief, but he forced the Emperor to use armament haki to protect himself. Besides being modeled after Mihawk, S-Hawk also wields a blade that shares a striking similarity to Mihawk's Yoru, although it's not quite clear if that's also a product of cloning or just a coincidence. When it comes to feats, in the very short time he's been introduced, S-Hawk has briefly fought against Blackbeard, Luffy, Kaku, Zoro, and even Luffy. Although these weren't serious all-out battles, the fact that Seraphim is still alive just goes to show how powerful he is. Now, the next one is 5th Division Commander of Blackbeard Pirate Flowerblade Vista. Vista had been with the Whitebeard Pirates for more than 2 decades. However, now that group has disbanded. Vista earned respect even from Mihawk during Marineford. Being the 5th Division Commander of the Whitebeard Pirates is a status of power in itself, and Vista's Viver card also confirms that he is one of the strongest swordsmen. Now, Vista is not higher on this list simply because since the time skip, we haven't seen him. Otherwise, we would have had glimpses of his power, and he would have been slightly higher on this list. So the only reason here is that he hasn't been shown, and after the time skip, many characters have emerged who have placed themselves in the top swordsmen in One Piece world, including Blackbeard's right-hand man, Shiryu of the Rain. Shiryu was first introduced to us in Impel Down, where it was revealed that he used to be the jailer of Impel Down and possesses strength comparable to Magellan. We know how powerful Magellan is and what he is capable of, as he managed to defeat both main characters and main antagonists with a single blow. So Shiryu, who possesses strength equal to Magellan's, now also has devil fruit powers, which make him even more formidable. Shiryu will definitely be Zoro's future opponent. Shiryu deserves a higher position on this list, but we'll have to wait for more of his fights to truly assess his capabilities. And if he ends up being Zoro's opponent, it's certain that he will serve as a stepping stone for Zoro to become ready to face Mihawk. Judging by his current abilities, it's certain that he will enhance Zoro's mastery of observation haki. Now the next one is Law. Trafalgar Law is a member of the worst generation known for his tactical intelligence. As such, he suggests hitting the subscribe button, as it's obviously the smart thing to do. His goal is to discover the meaning behind the will of D in the Void Century. Law ate the Opi no Mi, arguably one of the most important devil fruits in the series, which can grant the power of immortality. Law isn't a conventional swordsman like some others on this list. Nevertheless, he frequently uses his sword Kikoge and is highly skilled with it. For example, even without using his devil fruit abilities, he effortlessly clashed against Smoker and even blocked some of Doflamingo's attacks. However, Law's greatest swordsmanship feat shown so far has been defeating Virgo, one of the strongest members of the Don Quixote pirates, where the wake of his slash was capable of cutting apart Caesar's laboratory and even the surrounding mountains. During the Wano arc, Law has become even more powerful, awakening his devil fruit and playing an instrumental role in taking down Big Mom, an emperor of the sea. Even though he lost to Blackbeard, he still deserves to remain on this list. Now, the next one in the list is Zoro. Our sexy guy has already proven himself against numerous swordsmen and powerful opponents in the series, especially since Wano, where he's being showcased in a different league altogether, which delights me as a Zoro fan. Zoro, whose skills and training are top-notch and extremely hard-hitting. We know he has become even more powerful after the time skip, but his real power-up came with the arrival of Enma. With Enma's help, Zoro's Conqueror's haki was unlocked, allowing him to use his power at a different level. Enma further enhanced enhanced Zoro's potential, enabling him to accomplish jaw-dropping feats in Wano, such as intimidating Kaido and defeating one of the most durable individuals in One Piece, a Lunarian, while proving his own strength and durability at a monster level. Zoro becomes more powerful as he faces harder times, and we've seen this from the beginning until now, against opponents like Mihawk, Mr. One, Kuma, Killer, and King. The secret to Zoro's strength lies in his consistency and mindset, which has propelled him to be counted among the top fighters. Now, to further enhance his power, he'll need to permanently convert one of his swords into a black blade, and I have discussed how he might achieve this in detail in this video. If you have time, please do watch it. Now the next one is Silver Rayleigh. So everything that Zoro possesses, this man also possesses, except for one thing that is holding him back, and that is his old age. And this is the exact reason why he is so low on this list, even though this man gives everyone a hard time in fights, something we wouldn't expect from someone his age. I mean, look at him. He's 72 years old and was fighting toe-to-toe with an admiral. Rayleigh has retired from his pirate business and is spending quality time with his partner, only going out for walks. But he is still so strong that he can hold off an admiral and push a Yonko back with his influence. If we set aside his age factor, this man could easily defeat any young swordsman of the current era with his sheer strength. Now above Rayleigh are those individuals who have established themselves even in their old age through the sheer force of their power, like Admiral Fujitora. So Fujitora is the man who represents blind justice. This admiral holds one of the most destructive powers. His ability to manipulate gravity combined with his sword skills creates a deadly combination. Despite being blind, Fujitora is more powerful than those with sight. He can sense everything with the help of his observation haki, and as for the rest, his skills take care of beating them. He also happens to have one of the best devil fruits for a swordsman, as it allows him to infuse gravitational force into his sword and perform some really cool attacks. For example, he can propel large objects, send people flying with gravity, and even casually summon meteors to attack his enemies. Since his introduction, Fujitora has taken on the likes of Doflamingo, Sabo, Luffy, and the Revolutionaries without losing or getting injured. What's more impressive is that he didn't seem to be using his full power in any of these fights. Considering Fujitora's true power, we would have to go back to Dressrosa, where he could have single-handedly taken out all the pirates like Luffy, Zoro, Doflamingo, Law, and everyone else if he wanted to. That's how capable he is. Moreover, his confrontation with Akainu is evidence of his immense courage. After that, during the reverie, we learned that he even fought Green Bull, who is an admiral himself. So imagine how powerful Fujitora must be to silence someone like Green Bull. But there are 4 other guys who are stronger than Fujitora, and one of them are Holy Knight. The Holy Knights are a new introduction to the story, and their presence has helped shape the very atmosphere of the current One Piece world. Did you ever wonder why people fear the celestial dragons so much? You could claim it's because of the admirals, and although you'd be right, there's another group of characters that protect the celestial dragons and are even more frightening than them: the Holy Knights, an organization of elite fighters who take orders from Saint Figurland, the former ruler of God Valley. These men are the ones who directly protect the celestial dragons and are the reason why Mary Jiwas hardly ever gets attacked. Although the Holy Knights haven't been fully introduced yet, and the only thing we've seen of them are these silhouettes, it's clear that they're incredibly powerful fighters. Their place on the list is only speculation at this point, and it may change as time goes on. Another speculative entry on the list is Saint Ethan Baron, a member of the 5 Elders. Like other elders, Saint Ethan Baron is shrouded in mystery. The only information we know about him is that his title is the warrior god Finance, and that he's one of the few people in the world who knows of Emu's existence. In the recent Egghead arc, we saw its devil fruit form, which is a mythical zone type called Gyugi, and just one slash of its sword froze the Pacifista. He's the only member of the 5 Elders carrying a sword. I think it's pretty safe to say that he's a swordsman, and a lot of men speculate that the sword he's carrying might actually be one of the 12 supreme grade blades. If this is true, it would be insane, as all known supreme grade blades were wielded by incredibly powerful people like Roger, Whitebeard, and Mihawk. Another interesting detail is that all the elders were comfortable being in the same room as Shanks with no security, hinting that they could be on a similar level of strength. In anime, all bald characters always turn out to be dangerous in the end. Now, let's talk about our second last swordsman, our daddy Shanks. When it comes to praising Shanks, his fans keep doing it on Reddit, YouTube, and everywhere else. Shanks, the captain of the Red Hair Pirates, holds a significant role in the One Piece world, and his crew has quite a reputation. Looking at his individual power, no one dares to stand against him in a one-on-one battle, because you always know who you're facing. This guy can knock you out with just one hand, as he did with Kid, Green Bull, Akainu, and and especially with Kaido. He always shows people their place at the right time. And when it comes to sword skills, one thing is enough to say that this guy has been Mihawk's greatest rival. It means he must be quite skilled in swordsmanship, and who knows what else he's capable of. That's it. Let's talk about his rival now. Piranha, where is your papa? Dracula, Mihawk. Yes, this is the guy at the top. Mihawk has been on a quest for the strongest swordsman since the beginning of his journey, challenging and surpassing all contenders along the way. He then found his greatest rival Shanks, whom he regularly fought. Afterward, he attained the title of the greatest swordsman. Now, what truly makes a person worthy of this title is yet to be seen, and we may soon witness it in the face-off against Zoro, or perhaps even before, if luck favors us. Mihawk's Black Blade is a supreme grade blade, which ranks among the strongest and surpasses even the legendary blades like Roger, Oden, and Whitebeard's. It is superior because it is a black blade. Now, the testament to his strength is his newly assigned bounty of 3,590,000,000 berries, which is the 5th highest bounty in the world right now. It's funny when you realize that his bounty is even higher than Boogie's, whom the world government considers to be Mihawk's boss. The world government must really fear this guy. Mihawk is like a lone wolf, or I should say a lone tiger, who relying solely on his sword and haki has instilled fear within the world government all by himself. So I think the time has come for us to soon witness Hawkeye's true strength, and Mihawk will show us why he is the strongest swordsman. So these were my top 10 swordsmen in the One Piece world. If you want to share your list, feel free to comment below. It's open for discussion. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.